Hey everybody, this is Bud Brown living in Dumaguete City, Philippines. Yeah, baby. Hey, I wanted to, I know this video may not be beneficial to some people, but a lot that have some interest in the Philippines may be interested in this. And this is spelling certain words. And in English, the F sound is sometimes spelled PH, as you know, and this causes some confusion here. So I'm going to be looking over here at this little slideshow sort of thing that I put up and talk about what's the difference between certain words that you may be confused on. So I'm asking what's the difference, or I'm going to explain what's the difference between Filipino, Filipino, Filipino with PH, Philippines, Pinoy, Pinay, and Pilipinas. Okay, here's the deal. There's actually two languages involved, English and the official national language of the Philippines called Filipino. And they're divided into three categories: country, nationality, and language. And as you know, in English, we say the Philippines, and it's spelled with PH, one L, and two P's, Philippines. In the Filipino language, it's called Pilipinas. So in Filipino language, we say, nakatira ako sa Pilipinas. I live in the Pilipinas. And actually, the official name is ang Republika ng Pilipinas, the Republic of the Philippines. So, English, Philippines, one L, well, three P's. It begins with a P and then two P's in the middle. And the Filipino language is Pilipinas. Okay, now there's the nationality. Some people may get confused on this, but in English, whether it's a woman or man, we say Filipino. He's Filipino, that's his nationality. Or she's Filipino. In Filipino language, they say Pilipino. So you may be wondering, or you may have heard Pilipina. Well, if we're talking about nationality, what country they're from, it would be Filipino, or in English, Filipino. My wife is Filipino. And even in the Filipino language, you'd say, Pilipino asawa ko. So the only time you would say Pilipina is if you're specifically talking about a woman from the Philippines, Filipina. I guess in English you can say Filipina. I never thought about that, but my wife is a Filipina, but she's Filipino. So, okay, moving along. The language of the Philippines is called Filipino in English. She speaks the Filipino language. But in Filipino language, they call it Pilipino. That's the national language, Filipino. And I know it's the same word as the nationality. But in English, we say that Chinese speaks Chinese. So, ang Pilipino magsalita o nagsasalita ng Pilipino. Now, I know you've heard the word Tagalog, but that is a topic in itself, comparing Tagalog with Filipino. But the national language is called Filipino, even though most every day on the street they say Tagalog when they're talking about Filipino. But technically it's Filipino. Now, maybe you're wondering about what about the spelling Phino? Actually, there is no word PH in English or in Filipino language. So that is just not correct spelling for any for anything. Now, you probably have heard the word Pinoy and Pinay. That's not English. That's a Filipino slang word for Filipino or Filipina. You can say, tingnan mo yung Pinoy yun. Look at that Filipino guy over there. Or, asawa ko Pinay. And she's a Filipina. And you can also use Pinoy for a Filipino thing. Because I tell people all the time, mas kan katawan ko Amerikano, ang puso ko Pinoy. Even though my body may look like it's an American, my heart is Pinoy. So, Filipinos like to hear that. All right, well, hopefully that cleared some things up. Maybe not. And if I'm always open to correction, if there's some experts there, Filipinos, or otherwise that know that I made a mistake or made an error, I'm always open for that. So, till next time, catch you later.